Hi there, my name is Roisin. If you don't already know me, I'm a bartender at Jericho. I'm here in my kitchen today to make a cocktail for you. Well, for me, but sort of for you if you join in. We're going to be making a whiskey sour today. It's one of my favorite cocktails. It's a really nice, approachable cocktail even if you're not typically a whiskey drinker. It's really nice and balanced, but you still can taste the whiskey. What we need to make this cocktail is a good bourbon or whiskey, really anything works. You just want to go with something a little bit sweeter. I usually like Woodford or Bullet. I like to use fresh lemons. I prefer not to use lemon juice that you can buy in the store, just because with a cocktail that has not too many ingredients, I think it's really important to use the freshest ingredients you can use. I have an egg. We're just going to be using the egg white. You need ice, and then the tools you need are the cocktail shaker. I like a cocktail shaker like this because when you put it together, there's a lot of room in there, which helps when you're shaking the cocktail to get as much aeration in the foam as possible. You could use a Boston shaker or martini shaker. It's just not going to get quite as aerated. And then you need some sort of measuring tool. I use a jigger, but you can also just use a shot glass. It doesn't really matter exactly what the quantities are as long as the proportions are the same. And then I have a strainer and I have a fine mesh sieve. Start by juicing the lemons. So you're gonna need for one cocktail about 3/4 of an ounce. Usually one lemon will be plenty. Then next I need the white of just one egg. And then simple syrup, which is just a mix of 1 part sugar and water, just heat it until the sugar dissolves. So then we're gonna take our shaker. So we're gonna start with ice in the shaker. You're gonna do about 1.5 ounces of whiskey. Not much left in there, might as well. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And then you're going to do about 1/2 to 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. I wouldn't recommend leaving the simple syrup out. Some cocktails you can do like a skinny version of, but I wouldn't recommend doing it for this. And then you do about 1 egg white, or about 1 ounce of egg white. It's pretty much perfectly 1 ounce. So you start first by shaking it with the ice in there to cool it down, and then you take the ice out and then shake it again dry, and that froths the whites. If you don't dry shake, it will end up being stringy and you won't get the proper foam. So you're going to shake this usually about 30 seconds. You want to shake it very vigorously. Pop open the shaker. You can take the one side, and then you're just gonna strain it into the other side. Close that back up again and then shake again. And then you're going to take a rocks glass or a coupe glass. And then you can serve this cocktail either with ice or just straight up. I like a little bit of ice. And then you take 1 strainer, 2nd strainer, just strain that over the ice cube. And then as an optional last step, I really like to add some bitters on the top. You can get bitters and a lot of flavors. I have cardamom bitters. That's what I just like. And I usually just put a few drops on the top. Mix that into the foam a little bit. And there you have it. That's a whiskey sour. Some people like to put a cherry in it. I don't. It's just how I like to have it. You can also add a float of red wine or port on the top. That would make it a New York sour, and I really like that as well. So there you have it. That is a whiskey sour. I hope that you're all staying safe and socially isolated during this time. Hopefully we can all get back together soon at the club.